Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is You and the Law, and I remain Jacob Ode. And today I have with me a very interesting person. I mean, I always bring interesting people here, but today I have someone, I recently met him, and he has proven himself to be someone that has a good knowledge of the law. He has a very balanced understanding of life. He doesn't take things from one perspective, which is quite great. So today I am introducing you to Shuahibu Bashir Mukad. Good evening. How are you today?
Good evening, Mr. Jacob. How trust you are doing well.
Oh, I am doing absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you also for extending the invitation.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Today we have a very interesting conversation, but before we go to that, I would like you to tell us about yourself. I mean, I know you already, but they don't. So, who are you?
Well, my name is Shuaibu Bashir Bokaddam. I am an indigene of Kano State, specifically Taraoni local government. And presently, I'm a law student at the Nigeria Law School. My background has been that of law, leadership, technology, and harnessing ideas that make and shape societies, people into a better generation. I have started my leadership journey since back then in primary school,
That
which
far.
yeah, that's where I started I was elected as a prefect back then in my
Okay.
secondary school. I was elected as a class governor once. I served as a prefect at my university days. I served as a president of African Law Student Association
The president
Nigeria,
of African Law
Law
Student
Student
Association
Association
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Yeah, the national president. I was also appointed as the international coordinator of the African Union Student Platform Law Society. And apart from leadership, I'm a writer, a legal
Okay.
writer. I write a lot and I provide my legal opinions in matters of national and continental and global importance. And I've written more than, I don't know, 100 plus uh, articles and legal. I have my publications on Barrister NG. I have
Barrister NG.
my
Okay.
publications on Loyal Nigerian Lawyer,
Okay.
of Metro Lawyers. And one of the things I am proud of is I am among the few people to have their publications on Low Global Hope. That is the what Low Global Hope, a globe that's a blog that publishes legal activities globally. And I have my write-ups in
That
journals.
is really great. I
Uh,
am quite shocked at the
yeah,
amount of things you've done. But
yeah,
sorry that I cut you off.
no problem. So I have publications in journals, including the Lorry Journal of Law, and I have also a publication at the Malabo Bar magazines. And one of my famous write-ups. Firstly, I made a write-up on issue of legal technicalities and the demand for
Is
justice
it in Nigeria or globally?
in Nigeria
In
specifically.
Nigeria.
Yeah,
Okay.
legal technicalities and the demand for justice. That is layman perception of technically decided cases.
Oh, so basically, you try to bridge the gap between the legal minds, those who have
Yeah,
been legally educated,
and
and
the layman and the
ah,
layman.
that's really good.
And I looked at two things. Firstly, there's the concept that justice must not be seen to be must not be done, but must be
What
seen
was seen
manifestly
manifestly to
to
have
be
been
done,
done.
to have been done. But there are some procedures that cannot be abridged. There are some procedures that, if they are not followed, they are consequential to the
Okay.
trial.
There's a
But
negative impact.
yes, there has a negative impact. Or a layman would not understand that. Maybe a procedure might not be followed, and you might think this is nothing.
Okay.
But going ahead, it's like the trial, the court will go on a trial on a nullity.
Okay.
So I addressed most of these issues in my write-up, and I also made a write-up on whether a court can convict an accused person on an offense he is not charged with. I looked at
How if the court can convict someone of an
on
offense he has not been charged
he
with,
has not been charged with.
and what was your conclusion on
I
that?
looked at the criminal aspect of our laws, and there is a provision that allow our courts
Okay.
when someone is charged with a with a more grievous offense,
Yes.
and the elements have proved to be a lesser offense, those courts have the power to convict him on that lesser offense. Example, robbery and armed robbery.
Okay.
Someone is under charges of armed robbery, but
Oh, so instead of let's say something like murder, you instead of convicting this person for murder, he's convicted of a lesser offense,
of a
or
lesser
something like
offense.
rape instead of rape, sexual assault, something like
Also,
that.
yeah.
Wow,
So
this is I really want us to go on, but quickly. I think you should share with me access to these things so I can provide them to everyone who's watching right now. We don't know who might see this, and they might probably need
Yeah.
something like that. A quick question: why did you get into law leadership? What was your motivation? Why are you doing what you do?
Well, firstly, let me address it on the issue of law. I grew up in a law community specifically. My dad was a lawyer. I grew up with my dad. I
Okay,
am the firstborn to my dad,
okay.
so specifically the closest.
So did
And
that.
yeah, I am always together with him at the law firm, at the person. And firstly, I had a dream of maybe being a scientist. I just wanted to make inventions, but eventually,
From scientist to
yeah,
lawyer.
yeah, eventually I had to change to the legal part, and I believe whatever path you take in the world, the law shapes everything.
Everything. You
The law
cannot
shapes
take out the
law
law
from
from
anything.
anything.
Yeah, you can't take out the law from anything. And there's a saying that a lawyer ought to know something about everything. That is,
I've heard that before, but not from a lawyer. I think it was like a good communicator must know
yeah.
a little bit about almost everything, but lawyers also must know a little bit about almost
Yes,
everything.
yes, yes, yes. So I decided to take the legal path, and I was inspired by a lot of people. The Russian president today, Vladimir
Vladimir
Putin,
Putin.
studied law.
Do you like him?
Chinese, yeah, these are a lot of controversial this
Yes,
thing, but
true, true.
honestly, we must admit that he's a leader.
Yeah.
He's a
I think I
leader,
respect him as a leader, as a
but
strong
specifically,
man.
yeah, as a
Now he's
strong man.
whether he made the right decisions or not is up for the world to decide,
It's
the
up for the world to
courts to
decide. But
decide.
what I think I will support on this is he puts the interests of his people first. That is Russia today. They have the best. They are in one of the best situations. When you look at Russia 20 years ago, before
When
he
it was the
picked,
USSR,
yeah, when it was in the USSR, before he picked the mantle of leadership for the country, look at how he has transformed the
transformed
country.
the country.
He is being widely criticized of his international policies. That is specifically not cooperating with the European Union and a lot of international bodies. And I feel like he has England, United Kingdom, pulled out of England pulled out of
Of the European Union.
European Union,
Yes,
but they were not
Brexit.
largely criticized as how Russia is being criticized. So if another country can full of and have their independence and everybody is just minding his business, why will Russia pull out and
And then it becomes a
it
lot of
becomes a lot of
controversies about the country.
controversies and all of that?
Ladies and gentlemen, apologies. We could go on and on all day, but well, I would like to cut that here and go straight to the topic of conversation for today, the topic of discussion for today. Um, this is Nigeria, and over time, we have seen cases of the EFCC, the Economic Financial Crimes Control Commission, and one particular aspect of the EFCC is what we're here to discuss today: the procedure for arrests. Very recently, there was a raid by the EFCC in the middle of the night, and this led to a young man jumping from a four-story building to his death. Whether he died there immediately or he died in a hospital is left to be decided. I mean, I do not have that information, but what the facts remain that the EFCC raided an apartment. Somebody jumped from the four-story building and straight to his death. Whether he's a criminal or not is not for me to decide. That is for the courts to decide, not even the EFCC. So my first question is simple. What is your opinion when it concerns how the EFCC operates? What comes to your mind?
Well, the EFCC, I believe, as the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and
Mhm.
also established under the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Section 1 specifically, they are given the mandate by the law to uh, take care of preventing arrest and investigation in relation to Financial Crimes Commission and issues like money laundering. But the method of their operation, honestly, have spurred a lot of criticism among the country, specifically midnight raids. Uh, Raids at the middle of the night. EFCC will have all the days 6 to 6, but they will not effect arrest. But you find EFCC breaking into houses
They kick
by
down
they kick
doors.
down doors by 4 p.m., 3 p.m., 2 p.m., 1 a.m. You understand? By AM, I mean AM,
Mhm.
4 a.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 a.m. in
12,
the night,
1.
12 in the night. And this by this midnight of the night, uh, these people are trying to have a rest with their families and all that, and they are not coming in a dignified manner to knock, oh, we are looking for someone or something. They kick down doors. And I can make reference to the speech of the learned senior counsel, Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, who said that EFCC have no power to make midnight raids on citizens. This thing.
So technically speaking, I mean, what you're saying is that according to Femi Falana, there is EFCC does not have the legal backing or authority to go in the middle of the night into people's houses to knock down doors.
They don't. They don't. People have this right to human dignity under Chapter 4 of the Constitution. That is Section 34 also. And also Section 8 sub 1 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act made mention of whenever there will be an arrest, the dignity of the person to be arrested have to be protected. Where is this right to dignity when you kick down a door of someone at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or 4 a.m.? And this type of this thing has been done by EFCC countless of times, countless of moments. And when you look at it, there's a bit of distinction, or I'll say discrimination, because politicians or elites of these countries who have been also investigated by this EFCC, they receive honorable invitations from these
Even
agencies.
these politicians, based on the media, we see that they disregard these kind of
Invitation,
invitations.
but nobody goes to knock on their door at 4 a.m. But people that are less privileged will have their doors being knocked on 4 a.m. or anything by the
So
agency.
some people might argue that, okay, this is not me, okay, but some people might argue that a politician is one person. He's a very public figure. You know where he lives, you know where he stays. So if you send him an invitation, you know where the invitation goes. But for somebody like me, for example, you don't know where this is. Maybe I might commit a crime and it's harder to find me. Don't you think this justifies EFCC using or every weapon at their arsenal, every means and mode to try to apprehend these people? Don't you think this justifies their actions, searching for them or probably going in the middle of the night and kicking down doors and stuff?
It doesn't justify it. If EFCC, this is an agency, and they have all the parastatals, they have all the uh, devices to know where this person, if they can know where he is at night, I can guarantee you that they can know where he is during the day.
But during the day, I can run away if they. I mean,
But,
during the
but
day, this is say let's assume that it is night. It's the middle of the night. Now. I'm sleeping,
yeah,
so the chances that I would get off from the bed and jump out the window, get in the car, and run away is lower. But during
no,
the day, I might just do
no,
the exact same thing.
they can get around this building, try to get you honorably, and even if coming in the night, why kicking down doors, why entering through the windows,
And even
like
jumping fences.
jumping fences, and even failing to identify yourselves just to pack someone up, get him in the car straight to the office. This sounds a little bizarre, and this thing, a lot of activists and lawyers have issued directives, have issued criticisms of it, and in a statement of the chairman of the EFCC, he once banned this midnight raids, but I felt like the agency failed to
To
listen
adhere to
to
these kind of
adhere, and this has caused disadvantages even on the agencies itself, because in 2023 one of their officers, Sahabi, in 2025 one of their officers, Sahabi, died because of this midnight race, because they raided somewhere and there was a lot of struggles, and it resulted in a gunshots
at
uh,
one of their
at
offices.
one of their offices. So I feel it's not safe to go to these places in the middle of the night. These suspects, when you know they are there at the middle of the night, you can monitor this place, keep your officers there, and whenever they are out, get them under arrest.
Well, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yes,
While you were speaking, something came to mind. The issue of parading of suspect. That is a very important aspect that I would like us to touch on. I know we don't have much time, but um, it is traditional for the EFCC. I mean, we can even say it's their mode of operation. When they arrest these suspects, because they're not criminals, the court has not decided that they are suspects, right? So, what power does the EFCC have to parade these people taking their pictures and posting on social media. Now, this is not only the EFCC, but today we're focusing on the EFCC, the police, even before the suspect goes to trial. Some people might argue that in civilized, much more civilized countries, in Western countries, um, they take mug shots of criminals. Now, in our situation here, can we not say this is the equivalent of it? So, now that the EFCC parades these people upon arrest, what is the legal backing? Is there anything legally that allows the EFCC to be able to do that? Do you think that is correct or that is wrong?
It is. This is one of the worst ever things, I think, to my opinion, done by the EFCC, and this is an act that infringes on the right to dignity of these individuals
The
under
dignity
Section
of human
34,
person under
the
Section
dignity of
34.
human person, and also the presumption of innocence, because this act will amount to a prejudgment.
Before you go any further,
Yeah.
now, most of our guests, our viewers, they are not people who know or studied law very much. So I would like you to break down things when you mention them. Say the presumption of innocence. What is that basically?
So the presumption of innocence is a legal principle, specifically in criminal law, that every individual is presumed innocent until proved guilty. So this provides that whatever a person is being charged with, as long as he has not been convicted or he has not been found guilty by a competent court of jurisdiction, he is presumed innocent in the eyes of the law. And this issue of parading is an issue that is a damage that cannot be reversed, because imagine my picture on EFCC site for one crime or the other, when
When
I
you have
go
not been found
when
guilty by
I've
the
not
court.
been found guilty, and maybe subsequently I'll not be found guilty by the court. The media doesn't forget. This thing cannot be taken off the media. Wherever I go, whether I'm traveling, whether I'm going to an interview, whether I'm this, whoever sees me, that is the first thing that will come to his mind. Oh,
Oh,
this is the
Shahibu, the
guy.
criminal.
You understand? So these are things that are honestly this thing, and the courts have at a lot of times criticized this action of the EFCC. In the case of Indio Kim versus the Attorney General of the Federation, the, the Justice Banjoko by that time said this parading of suspects is just like a prejudgment. It's just like EFCC are
Like
assuming
already assuming
the
the
jurisdiction of the
of the court.
courts to determine these people are guilty. Meanwhile, they have not been tried before a competent court of jurisdiction. And remember, this arrest, there's no fair hearing. They have not had these people. They just arrest them, uh, snap them, and post them on the social media. It is unless these people are being arraigned before a court, that is when they'll be given a right to fair hearing. They'll express themselves, whether personally or through their legal representative.
Now,
So
sorry to cut you off. I am very, very peculiar about the time, though. So, um, you said that parading of suspect is actually wrong. It violates the respect to the dignity of human person according to Section 34 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Are there any remedies in place? Can
mm,
the people sue the EFCC? If you take a picture of me and you allege or you pass judgment already automatically that I committed that crime, my picture is online everywhere. If the court finds me not guilty, are there mechanisms available for me?
yeah,
What
they
can
are.
I do?
Yeah, they are. And this is under Chapter 4 of the 1999 Constitution. That is enforcement of your rights. You can sue this EFCA, you can sue EFCC for defaming your character, for breaching your right to dignity of human person. And a lot of people have gotten a lot of damages by taking action against EFCC subsequently over their being found not guilty from the actions of the EFCC. So I feel like whoever has been such action has been committed on him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has an option under the law to take the matter up, not to leave it, not to, because until we start challenging most of these activities, they will continue to happen. I think the EFCC has a very one of the agencies that have a very strong ear. Like this issue of parading of suspects, before, if you can remember, it is done even by the police. But at that time, Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, sued the Attorney General of the Federation and the Inspector General of Police, and he went to court seeking a declaratory judgment that these actions are illegal and the
They are
court and
unconstitutional.
unconstitutional. And this Attorney General gave a directive that this parading of suspects should continue, it should stop.
Should stop.
The Inspector General of Police give complied and said that all police branches should comply and stop this parading of suspects. That is why today you never see police officers giving suspects
A
cardboards to
placard and
snap,
cardboard. And
black card and cardboard to snap and post online. But EFCC up to today they have failed to comply.
while you were speaking, you made mention of a Supreme Court a judge, sorry, who I think it was Obita, probably not the ratio for the a particular case, who specifically mentioned that the EFCC's conduct was unconstitutional. If the EFCC did not listen to him, why would they listen to me, just a common man? I mean, I understand that I can get a lawyer, I can self represent myself. So if they didn't listen to a judge who already said categorically that the the conduct of the EFCC, parading of suspect, kicking down doors in the middle of the night was absolutely wrong, unconstitutional, and should not be. They should not carry out this kind of actions. If they didn't listen to that person, why should they listen to me? If I take them to court, they already disregarded the decision of that judge. So what do you think is available to me? Should I just go to the media and scream, "Hey, hey"?
No, this agency is created by the law. And I feel there are a lot of mechanisms for check and balances on the activities of this
Agency.
agency. We have the chairman of the agency who is answerable to the president and also answerable to the National Assembly. These are places that check and balances can be done. This chairman should be called. Why are your officers acting in such a manner when courts, dignity, everything have proved that their action is not on the right path? This chairman, if he fails to order his staffs back into order, a new chairman should be put in his place. And I believe that whoever is leading the EFCC today will be afraid of losing that his seat. And if the necessary action is taken specifically by the National Assembly or the president who appointed him, he will be back uh,
The corner
into the corner to,
yes,
yeah,
to make such decisions
to
and
make such
enforce them.
decisions and enforce them. Sorry.
Wow, thank you very much for that. I know we don't have much time, but
Yeah.
there's one more question that is very important that we talk about: the mutilation of the naira. I've seen in so many parties. It's cultural to spray money. It is cultural. It is Nigerian. In fact, it is, let me say, African, but let's limit it to Nigeria at the moment. So it is a sign to show that you are happy, right? You're celebrating. This is a party, something. The EFCC has been arresting people for the mutilation of the naira. My first question is: does the EFCC have jurisdiction to arrest people for the mutilation or defacing of the naira? That's, I think, let's take that first. What is your opinion on that?
Well, when you look at the Naira mutilation, that is spreading Nairas at social gatherings,
Yes.
and as you said, it is a sign to show that you are happy. And a lot of countries are doing it. A lot of when you go to a lot of countries, when they are having their activities, they do that. But as lawyers or as law students, let's say the legal learned minds, we are supposed to stick at what the law says.
What the law says.
If the law today prescribes this action as unlawful, whether we like it or not, whether we are happy doing it or not, we have to to
Abide by it.
abide by the law. But to look at it, we have to look at the law at its literal meaning. To look at, say, do the EFCC have powers over this, so that no agency should be allowed to be usurping powers that doesn't belong to them. This naira mutilation, where is it contained? It's under the Central Bank of Nigeria Act, Section 21, and this uh, EFCC, they have a separate act. That is the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Act. So they are,
So
and
there is
this
a separate act.
they are in a separate act. So they have no business enforcing what is contained in the economic in the
In the
Central Bank
CBN
Act, in the
Act.
CVN Act, Section 46 of. But someone might come under the ambit of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Section 46 of this EFCC Act interpreted what this Economic and Financial Crimes Commission means. Economic and financial crimes means, it said that any crime that, when committed, will provide for an unlawful gain of wealth. An unlawful gain of wealth. That this word should be given emphasis.
Unlawful earning of
They are
wealth.
earning of wealth. So I don't think there is nobody that will
Mutilation.
earn wealth by spreading the naira. And also Section 7 of the EFCC Act that provided for the special powers of the EFCC. It has outlined some acts that the EFCC can help in enforcing. That is the Money Laundering Act is under that. The bank BOFIA, Bank and Other Financial Institutions Act, but the CBN Act is not under Section 7. It's no way mentioned in the EFCC Act. So this CBN is being enforced by the police or the CBN itself, because the CBN is a corporate body under the law that can sue and be sued. I don't think EFCC have that power. And also I have a case of the Umobike versus Federal Government of Nigeria, where the court held that this powers of prosecutorial powers of EFCC cannot go outside of Section 46, and Section 46 does not mention this naira mutilation. So I feel like EFCC they want to be a hero, like to be proactive or anything, but they should focus on more serious issues. We have the wealth of our country today derailing through the hands of politicians, the coffers of the government going low by low every day. These are issues that EFCC should focus on and allow naira mutilation to be enforced by the police, as it's not under their act and not under their power.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Shuaibu. So go back to our first question on the scenario that I painted of what happened, of the young man jumping from the four-story building and dying. In the case of a death during raids by the EFCC, what mechanisms, what compensation, should there be compensation? Is there compensation, right? Or what is done or what should be done in the case of a death? So let's say a death arose, like it happened already with the young man. What should the common man do?
Yeah, my answer will be the same as the former question you asked, where they paraded an image of suspect and subsequently he was found not guilty. So this EFCC is a body that can be sued. So the relatives of whoever the death casualty affects, they can take action against this EFCC by causing being the reason for the death of that person. And I believe one of the reasons EFCC has been acting in this ways is Section 14 of the Evidence Act that made mention of unlawfully obtained evidence. And I think to make recommendation, that section should be a little bit uh, modified, because today,
what aspect of that section?
it stated that evidence obtained unlawfully cannot be rejected, or lawfully cannot be rejected, or lawfully cannot be rejected. So I feel it is because of this that EFCC
they know that this exists, so they can continue to try to obtain evidence,
or
no matter
illegally,
in
in any way, and bring it before to the court and
because
call in
the
aid
courts already protects
call
them.
call in aid the section that, oh yes, we obtained this evidence unlawfully, but section evidence act said evidence obtained unlawfully cannot be rejected. So I feel like a little bit more of modification should be made to ensure that there is dignity in arrest also. Although the law said it, Section 8 of one of the Administration of Criminal Justice, that when whoever will be arrested, his dignity should be protected. But I feel these are things of human rights nature. But when EFCC knows that even when they go into these streets and all that, the evidence they
that they
obtain,
get from there, the court will accept the
the
evidence.
court will not accept it. Let's say a
So in
modification
the
will be
case
made.
when the court doesn't,
In the case when the court doesn't, I don't think they'll continue in such an action.
So you're saying that they do that because they have motivation.
Yeah.
The court has provided enough motivation for them to do that.
The Evidence Act has provided
them
enough motivation that evidence obtained lawfully is still admissible in law.
And that should be taken care of. Right. On a final note, what message do you have to the leadership of Nigeria, the common man, the EFCC? What are your final thoughts before we wrap up?
Okay. Firstly, to start with the EFCC, this act was set. This institution was created under the regime of former President General Olusegun Obasanjo, and it's one of the strongest institutions if it works in the right way. Today, Nigeria, as far as we are, the African giant, we can't even reach $1 trillion economy, and it's pretty sad. A lot of presidents will come They will, in their manifestos, they'll say, we want to take Nigeria to be $1 trillion economy, and no, we have been
They
nowhere.
don't achieve that.
We don't achieve that. So what is the reason? Because when this money is being gathered, it's been siphoned, it's been stolen, it's been looted by these politicians. So I feel like, in Nigeria we have a very good reserve from our crude oil, the minerals, and all that. So if EFCC acts perfectly without favor, and today you can see the act has resulted, the institution have resulted itself to, that is just against the opposition. I feel like EFCC should not be intimidated in investigating those sitting in government. Um, the president and the vice president, governor and deputy governor have immunity, but what are other officials? Do you tell me, of all of the officials, all of the ministers, all of the head of agencies, all of the senators and other have immunity against EFCC's investigation? Why are they doing nothing? Why are they doing nothing? So I feel like when they act perfectly and protect the wealth of this country, this $1 trillion economy dream will be achieved.
To be achieved.
And secondly, to the government, I feel like a lot of things have been said to the government of Nigeria,
And
and
nothing has been done.
and nothing has been done. I don't think
Anything needs to be said more.
anything needs to be said by me. But honestly, I need to tell them also that whatever they are doing today, they should reflect, because great societies starts by the decision of a single man. Um, America today was founded by Christopher Columbus. Their first president, George Washington, shaped what today the United States is. Today, China is where it is because its leadership have stood to stand for it.
They have vision
They
and they
have
follow it.
vision.
Say,
They
we can
have
talk about
vision and they follow
Singapore
it.
even.
Yeah, when we talk of Singapore. So I feel like, let the Nigerian government, those in power, have that vision. Come back to think, what do we want to leave behind for our children and grandchildren in this country? Today, you have no excuse when you have been in power for 20 years, 10 years, and you cannot show a single development you have brought to the country. So let them look at what do they want to leave for the next generation, and to think about it. It's not always about money. They have taken enough. I don't think anyone in power today needs anything to do with money, but they are always taking it. They keep taking what they cannot use, and they can't use it for anything. So they should focus on the right thing, and
On leadership, on
on
governance,
leadership,
on the
and
business of governance.
yeah, and the issue of equality also should be enforced, because today Nigeria is just it's not about what you do, it's who you are. So if that can be enforced, and to the general masses, I feel like they should wake up to their responsibility. They should understand that they also have a duty to hold these government officials accountable. Today, maybe someone does not even know who is this governor representing his state. Someone does not even know who is
Who
the
is the
senator
senator or the senatorial
representing
district?
his for his senatorial district. So people need to know that they have a right order over these people, not a right to go to the honorable's house, stay outside waiting for him to come out to give you something. But what have you done for us? Like, I feel like when this to reform this, the masses should know, when these people are looking for elective offices, I think the community can come together, sit and form a single body and write all what they want on paper. Whoever is coming, okay, this
Like a
is what.
town hall meeting.
Yes, like a town hall meeting, write their agreements, like written. Okay, this is what we want for this community. Have you agreed? Okay, he signs and they sign. You see,
If that happens, can they enforce such an agreement?
and election is coming, he'll come
You
back
get
for
what?
re-election.
Okay,
He'll come
okay.
back for re-election.
And they can
And
even recall people.
yeah, the issue of recall, yeah, the citizens also need to know that for their elected representatives at the parliament, when 1 year, 2 year passes and you don't understand what this senator or this honorable member is doing, sign a recall, let him be recalled, so that a new person will be in that place. And I feel like when these people um, feel like one or two have been recalled, they will be more tensed and more curious
To get things done.
to
Well,
get these things
thank
done.
you very much. And on the final note, this is a message to every single person, every single Nigerian out there. The ball climbs on your table. The ball is in your court. Now, whether Nigeria becomes great or not, it all begins with you. I know it sounds very cliche, but as cliche as it sounds, change begins at home. Change begins with you. You've heard our honorable guest, Mr. Shuahibu Bashir Mukadam, and he has done great justice to this. We can go on all day, but because of our time, Thank you for joining. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you, and God bless you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.